You ain't from the hood. Nah, you ain't get put on, you ain't from the hood. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Niggas always claim to say blood ain't from the hood. Hell nah. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Oh, I live in the hood, ass nigga. Never got put on, always claiming the hood though. Oh, you fucking with the homegirl, but don't come to the hood with none of your damn homeboys. They don't get a pass. Had the little homies press they ass for your tattoos. Hey, your mama waking up to some bad news. The plug saying groove, I'm a dime. I was long in the race, skinny nigga with the braids, took a 2-man fade. I'm really from the hood. I took a fucking break to get my money right, but I was begging on the plane in the meeting with Jermaine. They like, poet, oh you bang? They forgot where I came from. I was gang banging when it wasn't fun. Homie doing life right now, cause we don't You ain't from the hood. Nah, you ain't get put on, you ain't from the hood. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Niggas always claim to say blood ain't from the hood. Hell nah. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. And that goes for these hoes too. Start fucking on niggas and throwing these niggas hood up. Ha, little dot dot. Heard you gave a homie head in the trap spot. Got a throwaway in the stash spot. Boy, you're not real, like a Sasquatch. Boy, I'm so high, I'm seeing astronauts. Boy, I ball hard, I need a mascot. Oh, and Swahili, I'm a Damu. My little cousin making Paru. My nigga Uzi, he from Fire Deuce. Pad blows, I be hanging with some real whoops. Gang signs out the window when we drive coupes. Making money with some crips like it's 92. Banging on tracks, banging on tracks. Back in my days, it was banging on. You ain't from the hood. Nah, you ain't get put on, you ain't from the hood. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Niggas always claim to say blood ain't from the hood. Hell nah. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood.
Fuck Chris Brown, nigga. Pull up in the hood right now, nigga. Catch your fade, nigga. Fuck, nigga. Frogs.
You ain't from the hood.
Holla so the blood starts swelling. Fuck you talking about, nigga. We out here, nigga, right now.
What's up in the building? Welcome to the hood. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me. You gotta excuse me if it's a little Hispanic music in the background right there. You gotta excuse the little Hispanic music in the background. But I want to send a special shout out to the people who sent this donation yesterday to make this show possible today. Special shout out to Tom. Stephanie, good looking out on the donation. Stephanie, Miss Black Barbie, good looking out on the donation. Also, Andy Dalton, good looking out on the donation. Andy DP, always in the house, good looking out on the donation. Victor from Sweden, good looking on the donation. James Touche, my boy. Pittsburgh Rick, my boy. You got that Steelers shit up. 160, my boy. Joe Everett, my boy. What's up with it? Thanks for the donations. Also, this is a hell of a crazy show. I had to do this show, but I'm supposed to be at a Halloween party right now. But I said, let me do this show because I like Kari Lake, and I was watching some Kari Lake videos, and I was like, damn, Kari Lake got something in common with Donald Trump. They counted her out. She was a what'd you call it? An outcast, right? They were saying she would never make it. She would never become, right? She wasn't good enough. She wasn't political enough. Whatever the case may be, they put it on Kari Lake like they put it on Donald Trump. But Kari Lake, right, as we know, right, I think Kari Lake got a war on fake news like Donald Trump got a war on fake news. And since she got a war on fake news, guess what? Fake news got a war on her, right? Remember, she was part of the media. So it's a reason why Donald Trump is putting an army of people together. He got somebody going for the fake news. That's Kari Lake. He got somebody going after the social media companies, right? That's Blake Masters, right? And he got somebody going after business, right? That's JD Vance, right? So he got a little thing going on. He got a little team going on right quick, you know, but people ain't really knowing about. But Kari Lake, she's political enemy number one. Her and Marjorie Taylor Greene is floating on the same boat right now. along with Glenn Costano. Oh, somebody just gave me a donation. Who's giving me a donation? Who just gave me a donation? Somebody just gave me a donation. They on the same page. Glenn Stefanik and Marjorie Taylor Greene, and now they trying to put Kari Lake on that same thing that they putting the rest of them on. She's a extremist now. You know what I'm saying? She's a racist now. She's all the above now, right? Just because she's a Trump supporter, right? Kevin, good looking out, Kevin from Texas. What is that? Kevin from Texas, good looking out the donation. From Texas Deplorable Family, give thanks, brother. Texas Deplorable, Kevin, good looking out the Cash App, right? Now let's get into this video right quick. Let's get into this. Kari Lake. Let's get into it, Kevin.
Elections in which shockingly an estimated 300 GOP candidates who have disputed the results of the 2020 election are running for office.
Damn, they got 300 GOP candidates that's running for office. That's a lot of GOP candidates running for office that, you know what I'm saying, that's denying that thing. I don't want to say that thing. So if it's some cutout parts up here, it's because they say that thing or that thing. They say that date or that thing. I don't want them to say that date or that thing on here. But that's a lot of people be running for the GOP party who don't believe in that thing.
And it's reality, Joe, because we're talking about true believers here, people that have been led and evolved over these last 6-7 years.
All the 300 people that involved, all the 300 people is under umbrella. So all these 300 people are extremists.
To have these convictions.
Yeah, 6 in 10 Americans have someone on their ballot who still ridiculously believes, or at least says, that the 2020 election was...
You know, election denialism...
You know, he was finna say, I had to cut that out. I had to cut that out and go into the election deniers. They're talking about election deniers.
At this point goes beyond Donald Trump. And we have J.D. Vance. We have Mehmet Oz. We have Kari Lake.
Now, one woman, one candidate stands out from that far-right Republican crowd. She's a former TV news anchor from Arizona named Kari Lake, who is now the Trump-endorsed GOP candidate for governor.
The Trump endorse, right? They hate the Trump endorse. Anything you say, Trump endorse. Good looking out, Joe Avery, my boy. Anytime you say anything Trump endorse, it's political now. They got to turn against it. It's evil. It's a part of an extremist group. Anything Trump endorsed.
We have these individuals who at one point were thought to be more mainstream political Americans who have shifted to the far right and evolved to these points in these places because Donald Trump has effectively propagated these election conspiracies.
The question is, you over the weekend, everybody, you took the Google all over the world. Your name was ringing everywhere. And one of them, yes, man, because I have the scale. And one of them has, and most of them were asking, is she an election denier, Kari Lake? And that was like going around on all different cable news.
Election denier is like something they use it as a terminology, like you racist, right? Is you an election denier? Is you a homosexual denier? Is you a woman denier, right? Is you transgender denier, right? Everything done turned into a denier now, right? If you don't get along with them, right, you a denier, right? If you want to see men twerking, right, you a denier. I'll release that video tonight, right? I'll release that video tonight. But if you're on Patreon, the Fed coin is gonna be released tonight. But I can't finish it because some kumbaya Hispanic shit in the back. You know what I'm saying? There's some Sweet 16 Halloween party shit going on. I don't know if you can hear the music, but they are arriba and all that shit. I don't know if you can hear it, but that's going down. So I can't do the skit right now. Right? I can't finish the skit right now. But anyway, anything is you a denier. You a science denier. You a health denier. You anything denier, right? And they put a label on you, right? They put a label on you, a medical denier, a human life denier, a climate denier, right? Everything is a fucking denier, right? You're a race baiter. You're a democracy denier, right? Everything is a denier with the Democrats, right? And they put you in a bubble, right? If you're a parent, right? If you're a Christian, right? No matter what you is, you a woman rights denier. Everything you a denier.
What do you elaborate on this?
and elevated their relevancy within this party. And ultimately, it comes down to the voters are the ones that have selected these candidates in these primaries.
I'm actually shocked you asked that question, George.
It all comes down to the voters. You are the voters, right? You are the deniers. You are the election deniers, right? Disclaimer, I do not believe in the views or comments of nobody on this video. The views of the comments are part of a political party that's running for the Congress and the Senate, right? I have no views. I don't share the views in the comments with nobody on this video. I'm only a commentary. And so this is a political and educational video for YouTube purposes only. Disclaimer, because they be doing the little typos and transcripts. I want to have that in the transcripts. Read the transcript. This is a disclaimer, right? But they say everybody is an election denier, right? But only Republicans can be the election deniers. You notice that, right? Can no Democrat be called the next election denier, right? They for the democracy, they for everybody voting, they for fair they for against Jim Crow, right? Everybody in the world is an election denier but the Democrats, right? But they get mad when somebody like Kari Lake exposed them for the liars that they are. Because remember, she was part of the press, so she know a lot of inside shit that about the press and about the media that the media don't want to expose and shit about to expose. And Donald Trump need that, right? Because he know a lot of shit about the government. The government and the media both is corrupt. Put them together, along with the social media with Blake Masters, what's the boy name? Robert Till, the PayPal dude. That's a conservative. He's our George Soros.
Well, actually, Anthony. Where's Anthony?
Peter Thiel, that's his name. Peter Thiel.
Anthony. You know, I did a little. Actually, Anthony, how old are you?
20.
Are you a journalist?
No.
Well, you did better research than half these people.
Kari,
she put him on blast. They don't like that, right? Who else put the media on blast? Who else put fake news on blast? Donald Trump. He got somebody from the side. He got somebody from the media side to come and join the party and expose the media. And guess what she's going to do when she get in the government? She's going to expose the media. She's going to expose the border. She's going to expose the fentanyl. She's going to expose corruption. She's going to expose all that shit.
Kari Lake, right? You know, just over a decade ago, she was an Obama donor. She was a local news anchor. I talked to more than a dozen of her friends who described her as liberal, and yet you saw her shift slowly and gradual over the last decade.
You see that? You see that? When everybody try to come up, they try to bring a motherfucker down. Oh, she was a Democrat. She was liberal. She was all that. Let's say worst case scenario she was, right? Maybe like a lot of other people, right? Maybe she's seen the light, right? Because a lot of other people seen the light too, right? She's not the only person that left the Democratic Party and turned Republican or independent or something like that, right? There's lots of people leaving the Democratic Party. Lots of groups leaving the Democratic Party, right? So when you leave the Democratic Party, you extreme, you dumb, you a follower, you all that if you leave the Democratic Party. Now that she's supposedly not a Democrat, right, was supposed to be up for the debate, right, now she's a sellout.
Leader to this point where now she's an acolyte of Donald Trump.
Let's talk about election deniers. Here's 150 examples of Democrats denying election results.
In my view, she is the most dangerous candidate in America today.
Oh, wow, look at this. This is from Joe Biden's press secretary. Reminder, Brian Kemp stole the gubernatorial election from Georgians and Stacey Abrams. Democrats saying that. Is that an election denier?
Watching the best. We begin with the Fox 10 News Alert.
Kari Lake used to be known in Arizona as a charismatic newscaster.
Now she's not charismatic no more, right? Now she's evil and now she's mean. She can't be charismatic because she's business now, right? That the media done totally flipped on Kari Lake, right? This is supposed to be one of their colleagues, right? Now she's fighting, you know what I'm saying, to save America. Now she's fighting to save her state. Now she's fighting to save her country. Now all of a sudden she's an extremist.
The lion, hear him roar.
A staple on Phoenix TVs for more than 2 decades.
And one of the reasons she's so dangerous is the cynical opportunistic and yet successful way that she has become a rising star of the MAGA far right.
Republican candidate Kari Lake holding a press conference Thursday after news of the arrest. It came one.
A rising star, right? Now they trying to accuse her something, right? This bitch Katie Hobbs' office got broke into, right? Because now that she's a part of MAGA, right? Now all of a sudden Kari Lake is an extremist and she ordering people to break in Kathy Hobbs' office and shit. And Kathy Hobbs is putting it on the thing. Oh, Kari Lake is an extremist. She got people breaking into my office, right? Now they putting all kind of shit on Kari Lake. Remember, this is a colleague, right? This is somebody that was in the media. Now they hate her.
One day after the Hobbs campaign mentioned Lake's name when reacting to the break-in, saying in part, for nearly 2 years, Kari Lake and her allies have been spreading dangerous misinformation about inciting threats against anyone they see fit.
She's willing to make up complete bogus stories. She knew that I had nothing to do with that break-in, and yet she perpetuated that lie.
Because before she entered the Republican primary for governor, before she spread this information, before she boosted Trump's big lie, before all of that, Kari Lake was a Democrat.
You see that? You see that? Oh, she was a Democrat. Even if she was, people are allowed to switch parties, right? When the party leave you, right, you can leave the party. You don't have to be dedicated to the party. You have to be dedicated to your country. Come on, man.
Well, Tulsi Gabbard is full steam ahead after she announced her exit out of the Democratic Party.
Right? Tulsi Gabbard left. Right? It's people leaving the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party is not for them.
Democratic Party. The former Democrat Congresswoman has taken to her Twitter page to endorse a Republican candidate, despite the fact that she never said she was joining the Republican Party.
Here it is. Barack Obama, the senator from Illinois, the junior senator from Illinois, has won the Iowa caucuses.
Kari Lake, in fact, was all about a presidential candidate named Barack Obama. She actually registered as a Democrat on January the 4th, 2008, the day after Obama's surprise victory over Hillary Clinton in the Iowa caucuses.
She probably thought Obama was a uniter, but right, that's up for debate. But Kari Lake say she didn't do that shit, right? It was one of her family members. I believe Kari.
Campaign finance records even show a donation to Obama from one Kay Halperin, that's Kari Lake's married name. Lake has claimed that donation was not from her, but rather from her family. And before she was a Democrat, she'd been a Republican voter. But even while she was still a registered Republican, in 2004, Kay Halperin was giving money to the Democratic presidential nominee, John Kerry, who of course was lambasted at the time by the right for being a flip-flopper.
Right? Even if that was true, right? She still have the ability and she still have the right to change her mind. That's what's great about America. I was in the same boat until I seen the light, the MAGA light, the Trump light, right? Till I seen it. You got the opportunity to change your mind.
Ms. Gabbard has officially endorsed Kari Lake for the governor of Arizona.
Speaking of flip-floppers, Lake herself quit the Democratic Party and returned to the GOP fold in 2012. So it's almost impossible to know what Kari Lake truly believes about anything.
She tweeted, "For too long, establishment leaders from both parties have sought to enrich themselves, play games, and build up their power while ignoring and even enabling the suffering of millions of hardworking Americans."
And that's Tulsi Lake, right? That's Tulsi Lake. That somebody who ran for president on the Democratic side, and she not switching parties, but now she's endorsing Kari Lake, right? Which was also a supposedly Democrat, right? So when people supposedly are Democrats, right, and they wake up and they see the values, and they see the country, and they see the way the shit is going, they see the real shit about the Democrats, they're allowed to leave the party. She's a natural leader, and right, she's doing this for her state. She's not doing it. And she could have ran as a Democrat. Y'all would have loved her. She probably could have won as a Democrat. Y'all would have loved her. She probably would have beat Katie Holmes. Y'all would have loved her. But she's not. She's a conservative. She don't like the liberal ways. She don't like the conservative. She don't like the Democrat ways. So she allowed to fucking change her mind. If she was ever Democrat.
Especially in her latest avatar as MAGA leader. She calls herself a Christian evangelical, but friends tell NBC News that Lake described herself as a Buddhist up until around 2015.
Kari Lake is a leader who puts people first, is fighting for border security, energy independence, public safety and other policies that actually make life better and more affordable for the American people.
Right? That's Kari Lake, right? That's Kari Lake, right? And she's right, and she's with the same policies, right, as Tulsi Gabbard. They got the same policies, they got the same belief system, right?
After she switched her registration back to Republican in 2012, she didn't seem consumed back then with hatred for the evil left. She was all smiles with President Obama when she interviewed him in 2016 in her role as a local TV news anchor.
I'm going to have an interview with the president, and there's a handful of other reporters from around the country. I think there's 6 of us all together, and we're so excited.
But then Trump got elected president, and something began to change. Lake started spreading conspiracy theories, building up her social media presence, and even joined the far-right site Parler.
But then,
I'm Kari Lake, and I'm running for governor.
it seemingly all changed.
Oh, it all changed, right? First, she was supposed to be this humble, nice, sweet newscaster that was so likable and adorable by everybody, right? She was so lovable by everybody, right? But now things changed. She said, damn the media, damn the news, damn the fake lying fucking CNN and MSNBC and even some Fox channels, right? Not all Fox channels, you know what I'm saying? Because you have liberal Fox channels that's local channels, right? That are liberal news. So not all Fox channels are conservative. The main one is we see on Fox News on cable, right? But the local ones, there's a lot of liberal channels, right? So off with the liberal fake news, social media, right? And on with this conservative shit. They hate that.
Oh, look at this. Just heard Republican Ryan Costello said it would be difficult for Stacey Abrams to win because she lost her state bid, but yet she's still claiming she never lost.
And so it's hard for me not to see Lake as anything other than a right-wing opportunist.
This is outrageous. Hillary Clinton. Trump is an illegitimate president. Is she an election denier?
Democrats can't be election deniers, right? They can't be, right? It's impossible for a Democrat to be election denier. That's only reserved for Republicans, right? Only this year, too, right? We never heard of none of the past, right? All through the 2000s, all through the 90s, right? We never heard it, right? It's only this term that happened right now. When they've been doing this shit through the beginning of every president.
I want you all to know that we are fighting the fake news. It's fake, phony, fake.
This one says, was the 2016 election legitimate? It now definitely is a question worth asking. That's the Los Angeles Times.
Whoa, there's a lot of election deniers, right? I'm not an election denier, right? YouTube. Disclaimer, right? This is the views and the opinions of the people that's on this video that I'm editing and educating on. I'm not an election denier. They saying they are. LA Times is one. And a whole lot of Democrats.
As one former acquaintance, whose late husband was a Republican Arizona AG, as she told the Washington Post, Lake's newfound social media fame on the right became intoxicating, and her conservative views little by little brought her power and recognition that she had never felt before.
Oh, now all of a sudden she getting power hungry, right? She getting an orgasm out of getting this power, right? Ooh, she never felt this power before. But she was on the news every day, right? She had some kind of power, right? She had some kind of recognition, right? But when somebody wanted better off their country and better off their state, right? And better off their people, right? They're an extremist. Right? She's on the far right. She done changed. She with the Trump MAGA. Why is she doing this?
These media giants.
Last summer, she separated from the TV station to run for office.
By election night 2020, it was clear that Lake, the TV anchor, had gone full MAGA.
A few days ago, I called the fake news the enemy of the people, and they are.
right? And Kari Lake is exposing them for the people they are, right? This is why Donald Trump endorsed her, right? She got the MAGA agenda, and she knows the inside of the media. She was one of the media people. She exposing them for the people and the liars they are. They hate that, right? They're not hating that she's running for they're not hating that she's running for governor. They hate that she's doing it so good. If she wasn't, remember, they didn't give her a snowball chance in hell. Now she's way up in the polls, right? They didn't give her a snowball chance, right? You have 3 other Republicans, including the Republican of the governor of the state, right? You have all of them going for the other primary candidate for the Republican Party, right? You had Trump going for Kari Lake. Nobody gave her a chance, a snowball chance in hell. Now she's leading, and now they're behind. And now she's one of the most powerful women in the world. Thanks to Donald Trump, Martin Taylor Greene, thanks to Donald Trump. A lot of women done got power thanks to Donald Trump. Gwen Castano, whatever her name is, thanks to Donald Trump.
They are the enemy of the people. Because they have no sources. They just make them up when there are none. I saw one story recently where they said 9 people have confirmed. There are no 9 people. I don't believe there was 1 or 2 people. 9 people. And I said, give me a break, because I know the people. I know who they talk to. There were no 9 people, but they say 9 people. And somebody reads it, and they think, oh, 9 people, they have 9 sources. They make up sources. They're very dishonest people. In fact, in covering my comments, the dishonest media did not explain that I called the fake news the enemy of the people. The fake news.
The fake news, not the real news, right? But you see how the fake news put it out there, put the spin on it, right? They're going to take the fake off and just put the news on it.
They dropped off the word fake. And all of a sudden, the story became the media is the enemy. They take the word fake out. And now I'm saying, oh, no, this is no good. But that's the way they are.
Questioning even Fox's decision to call Arizona for Biden.
So it's okay for Democrats to question elections, but it's not okay for Republicans. It's a crock of BS. Every one of you knows it. We have our freedom of speech, and we're not going to relinquish it to a bunch of fake news propaganda.
Huh? That's what Donald Trump is saying, huh? She sounded like Donald Trump, right? And they hate that. They hate anybody that has the same policy, anybody that has the same view, anybody mirror the same language as Donald Trump. They hate him.
It's just with the kind of powder keg situation we're in, it's kind of a dangerous thing.
We're taking our cues from Fox, the mothership. That's kind of what we do.
Remember, she had a problem with Fox News calling the election. She was like, hold on, wait a minute. In Arizona. She was in Arizona on that thing. She's like, hold on, that ain't cool right there. That ain't cool. She had a problem with it, right? These people who work on Fox, right? They're like, well, we're going to go ahead with the mothership, Fox News, and we're going to go ahead and call it. She was like, hell no. Hell no, hell no, hell no, right? They hated her for that.
So right now they've called it for Joe Biden.
If you want a copy of these, I'm sure that Anthony would help you get a copy and help you learn how to be journalists, but look it up.
The media isn't just corrupt, they are anti-American.
It's been happening for a long time. Since 2000, people have questioned the legitimacy of our elections.
There has never been, and even these people back here, these horrible, horrendous people, even these people back there said, look at it, it looks like the Academy Awards, there's so many. You ever see this?
And all we're asking is that in the future, we don't have to happen anymore. When I'm governor, we're going to make sure we have honest elections.
Is this the Academy Awards you're doing? Even these people, they say, probably in the history of this country, maybe in the history of the world, there has never been anything like what happened in November of 16. Probably never happened.
Huh? Probably never happened. They never thought a non-politician, his first time running, would beat the Bushes, the Clintons, right? And certain legacies. He ended the Clinton legacy. He ended the Bush legacy. Ain't no more of them motherfuckers, right? You can say he ended the Clinton legacy, right? Because they barely hanging on the string, right? He totally transformed the Republican Party, right? There has never been nothing that happened like it ever. Ever. Huh? Ended 2 families. Matter of fact, he ended 3, right? Because he ended the motherfucking McCain family too. Huh? He ended the Cheney family too. He ended legacies. People been in the Republican Party for years. Been fucking up the Republican Party. He ended their whole legacy. Democrats, Republicans, all that.
And then she went from TV anchor to Republican candidate for governor in just a matter of months by turning to the hard right on abortion. Today she praises an 1864 Arizona anti-abortion law with no exceptions for incest or rape.
There are rumors that if Donald Trump runs again, that he might choose you to be his running mate as vice president.
Huh? Now they scared now they so scared of her, right? She done moved all the way that she's incapable of running for governor and making it, right? All the way that, now she's going to run with Donald Trump as her vice president. Look how Donald Trump got her, Marjorie Taylor Greene Casada, bitch, you know what I'm saying? He got a couple of people he can choose from. The Santos, I don't think he's going to do the Santos, though, but he's going to have a strong woman up in there. He's going to have a strong woman like, okay, you got your woman. Now let's see how this Republican woman work, huh? Can you imagine, right, Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene as a vice president, and she was a border czar? Can you imagine Kari Lake, right? If she was the vice president, can you imagine her, right? On giving the rights and the freedoms to America, as far as Trump juice and all this old stuff with the kids and all of those shit, huh? Do you think that would happen? You think crime would be like this? You think, come on, man. They got strong women, not no pushover pussies. Huh? It would have been a better border czar. It would have been a better everything. Everything Kamala was assigned to, guess what? Marjorie Taylor Greene or Kari Lake could have done it better for the country.
She is now one of Trump's closest allies.
Kari Lake, I'll tell you, she is incredible.
And promoters of 2020 election conspiracy theories.
To the hard right on immigration, where she's now pledging as governor she'll declare an invasion on our southern border. To the hard right on guns, where she said she won't recognize federal gun control legislation in her state, and even taunting the feds to arrest her if they have a problem with it.
That's fighting for the country. That's fighting for the state. I believe it so much you can arrest me for it because I'm not doing what the fuck you say. I'm the governor.
It's terrifying, though maybe not surprising, that she has also called for the jailing of her Democratic opponent in the governor's race, Katie Hobbs, and speaks about Democrats in this way.
We are truly fighting pure evil right now. It is evil what we're dealing with in this world. It's coming from the left. It's coming from their spokespeople in the media.
Right? In the media, coming from a spokesperson in the media, covering up baby abortions, right? Covering up the fact that more black babies get aborted than anything. Covering up the fact that they fucking over the middle class and the lower class, right? This totally, right? This totally lying. Covering up for Joe Biden, right? And his mental collapses, right? Covering up for the fact that the border's out of control. Covering up for inflation, right? Covering up for the fact that Georgia broke a voting record, right? Covering up for the fact that it was no such thing as a Jim Crow shit, right? Covering up for the fact, all this. Covering up the fact that Joe Biden fucked up on the Wuhan baby formula, right? Fucked up that don't nobody care about the such and such day. Fucked up on the raid. You don't hear nothing about the raid no more, huh? Ain't nobody give a fuck about that more. Ain't nobody talking about Mar-a-Lago in 2 fucking weeks. Don't nobody give a shit no more. You don't see the FBI, the DOJ, like, you know what? We got this, we got that, we got that. Nah, ain't nobody giving a fuck about that no more. People don't went on about their business. I told people that wasn't gonna be shit, right? Everybody done went on about their business. DOJ ain't even prosecuting. Well, we got enough stuff. We're going ahead and prosecute. It shouldn't take you so long. Huh? All of it's full of shit. And guess what? It's the media.
So here was the story by the fake news. The president was 15 minutes late for the Queen. Wrong. And then here's the rest of the story. No, here's the rest. Here's the rest of the story. So they said I was late when I was actually early. Number one. Number two, I guess the meeting was scheduled for 15 minutes and it lasted for almost an hour. The president overstayed. So I was late and I overstayed.
That's what fake news do, right? He was late and he overstayed, right? They hit him with both sides. He walked down the stairs slow, right? And he pick up a cup with one hand, with two hands, like, oh, his equilibrium is off. Oh, he can't walk down the stairs. His balance is off. Oh, right? They overdo everything Donald Trump done.
Perhaps.
But Joe Biden fought up some steps, and that's perfectly fine.
Above all else, the anti-media core of the GOP. Lake has called for the jailing of journalists. Should lying journalists, propagandists be punished? She wrote on Twitter. I believe they should.
You're attacking us. Can you give us a question? Mr. President-elect.
Go ahead.
Mr. President-elect, since you are attacking our news organization, can you give us a chance?
Your organization
You are attacking our news organization. Can you give us a chance to ask a question, sir?
Go ahead.
Sir, can you state, Mr. President-elect,
go ahead.
Can you state categorically,
she's asking a question. Don't
Mr.
be rude.
President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
You're attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
Can you give us a question?
I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir,
go ahead.
Can you state categorically that nobody... No, Mr. President-elect, that's not appropriate.
That's not appropriate. That donation is Slaphead back in the building. What's up with a Slaphead? Back in the building, that donation is appropriate. Anybody else want to make an appropriate donation, go ahead and be like Slaphead. What's up with Slaphead? Fake news. Can I ask a question? No, you are fake news, right? I don't even want to answer your question because I know it's fake. I know you got a motive, right? So I'm not even finna answer your damn question.
You were interviewed yesterday and you said this is a manipulation. You said because these rumors are out there trying to tell the voters that you will not serve for a total of 4 years. Tell us why you think that.
It's always the conspiracy theorists in the media, which I'm
that's not true.
counting you as.
Well, that's not true at all.
Guys,
that's not true at all.
You've called our election.
Let's be fair on this. Your man Donald.
You've called our election the big lie. Anybody who was involved in that corrupt, shady, shoddy election. This is our last question.
Anybody was involved in the election, right, should have their ass locked up. That's what she about to say, right? I don't know why it's getting like that, right? But anybody, who got another Corn Pop? Corn Pop. What's up, Corn Pop? Anybody involved in the election, right? I had to cut that out because you know what she was about to say, so I had to cut that on out, right? Because you know YouTube would pick that up, right? But you know anybody who was involved in the election of such and such, right, and done such and such, right, should have their ass locked up, right? Oh, another one, Corn Pop, huge. They should have their ass locked up, Corn Pop. Good looking on the double up, Corn Pop.
Election. This is our last question, Liam. We have to run, but thank you for your time.
Just answer me this one question. One more question, Kari.
Well, no, I've already told you we're done. Thank you so much.
I'm getting the fuck up out of here, right? Right? Because you fake news. I know what you're trying to do. You're fake news.
That guy's a complete nut. Seriously, a complete insane person. Well, I just think it's humorous, Ainsley. When I first got into this, the press was attacking me. What does she know? How dare she run for office? Who does she think she is? Lock them up. They were saying I didn't have the skills to run for office. And now all of a sudden, whoa, I'm so skilled that I might be running for vice president.
As Elaine Godfrey wrote recently in The Atlantic, people who knew Lake view her evolution and her unflinching support for Trump as mostly an act.
Now she's not even being honest. Now everything is an act, right? She's not being honest with her people. And her friends are saying that, right? Her friends must have been liberal, right? Remember, she had a job to do, right? And no matter what, I mean, and you can't be political at your job. You have to do your job. So it's probably some people that was up in her job that was liberal, right? Now all of a sudden that she's turned conservative, right? She's done changed. She done changed.
It's kind of difficult to understand that it's her, the same person that was the person that I knew before she became a candidate.
A former colleague said, she's a performer. And one former friend added, Lake read the room, took the temperature, and realized there's an anti-media sentiment for a lot of people.
I think they're trying to scare the voters. I really do. I think they've tried everything to bring us down. And like I said, we have a movement, and it's not about me. It's about the people of Arizona.
But the media say she's taking advantage because the sentiment against journalists, right, and against the media, right? So the media is saying she's using that to her advantage, right? Because she's exposing them, right? So it's not really exposing them, right? It's really lying and using the media temperature and how people hating the media right now, using that because the media is the most untrusted institute, right, in American whatever you want to call it, the categories or whatever, you know. Oh, who sent me a donation? Good looking out, Joe Barron, on the donation. Oh, who was that? Michael Caveman. Good looking out. Oh, no, that's Michigan Caveman. I said Michael Caveman. Michigan Caveman. Good look out on the donation, Michigan Caveman. Right? But they don't think Kari Lake can do the job, right? And right, Kari Lake is going to be in the next 4 years. She's going to be the most powerful woman, one of the most powerful women in the world, right? Because she know the media, right? And the media, the institution, that's what I meant to say. The media is the most untrusted institution. I think it's 84% next to the government or something like that. I know one of them is higher than the other one, right? But it's way up there, right? So if people don't trust the institution, Michigan Caveman, you know what they got to do, Michigan Caveman? You know what they got to do, Joe Barron? Huh? They got to go ahead. Who was that? Corn Pop. Send me another donation. You know what they got to do, Corn Pop? Corn Pop up there doing it like a strip. He making it rain on me. Corn Pop making it rain. Good looking at Corn Pop making it rain on me like I'm a stripper. Keep that stripper money coming, y'all. Right? The most donations, the most shows. I'm gonna put up another show probably after this. I'm gonna put up a skit after this. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep the donations coming. And I'm doing another live tomorrow. I'm gonna come up with some shit. We're gonna come up with some more shit tomorrow. I'll probably do Blake Masters and social media and all that. I'm getting so much love. We're gonna keep it going. Good luck on the donations, right? But Kari Lake, she's going after the media. And why not go after the media? If you're in an organization and you feel that organization is corrupt, you feel that organization is fucking up the country, right? And you part of the organization, right? Don't you feel like you part of the problem? Right? So if you feel like you part of the problem, the best way to not be part of the problem is be part of the solution. So now that Kari Lake is part of the solution, right? They trying to destroy her. Oh, she's a Democrat. Her friends don't like her. Oh, she's changed. Oh, she's using. Oh, she's a liar. Oh, she's a manipulator. She's all that now, but she wasn't that a couple of years ago.
Rather than using her platform to fix it, she chose to throw fuel on that fire.
Former Governor Jan Brewer, a staunch conservative herself, now puzzled by Lake.
Kari Lake doesn't buy that many TV ads. She fights with the media. Her videographer husband records every exchange she has and puts it online.
Yes, Jim Acosta. Thank you, Mr. President. I wonder if you could comment on this disconnect that we seem to have in this country where you are presenting information about what's happening at the border, calling it an invasion, talking about women with duct tape over their mouths and so on. And yet there's a lot of reporting out there. There's a lot of crime data out there where
clearly not a true believer in my view. She believes in whatever she needs to, whenever she needs to, which makes it harder to pin her down.
Just increasing it. I want it in perfect shape. That was just fake news by NBC.
Fake news!
Which gives a lot of fake news lately. No, I never discussed. I think somebody said I want 10 times the nuclear weapons that we have right now. Right now we have so many nuclear weapons. I want them in perfect condition, perfect shape. That's the only thing I've ever discussed. General Mattis put out a statement, or is putting out a statement, saying that was fake news.
I think that
fake news, right? They saying Kari Lake and him saying the same thing. They fighting the same battle, right? So imagine, right? Imagine she get that power move, right? Imagine how power she have to fight against fake news, right? Imagine how much power, right, that she'll have, right, to help to help the country, to help the media, help express the truth, right? Because remember, they try to get a truth czar on it, right? What's that? Information czar, right? They try to get an information czar that was liberal, right? And she was going to be controlling the media and all that. They shot that down, right? But they don't want somebody like Kari Lake on here that's from the media and knows the truth to express it, right? She knows the truth. She knows behind the scenes. She know what the media do. She know all the tricks in the trade. She know how they lying to the people. And somebody had to tell the people the truth. She know about how they lying about the border. She know how they lying about the riots. She knowing how they lying about the racism. She know how they lying about the police, right? And she tired of lying, because how is you going to get up there and they give you a news report and they tell you what to say? Like, Kari Lake, we need you to say this about the riot. Or Kari Lake, we need you to say this, or we need you to cover this, or we're not going to cover that. Right? Remember, she's a local reporter in Arizona, so she ain't got her own show, so she basically get fed information on what to say. She can't come with her own news. She can't come with her own views. She got a job to do. So people got it confused. When you got a job to do, you got a job to do. You can't have no point of view when you doing a local news like that. You only can have a point of view and stuff like that if you got your own TV show, like a Dick Sucker Lamone or Chris Homo or some shit like that, or Tucker Carlson or something. Then you can have your own views. Right? But if you're a newscaster, you got a weatherman, you got another co-caster, you got a nigga to do sports, you got 5 or 6 other people on a damn channel. You can't express your views, right? You gotta tell them, right? If you don't believe in this, you can't talk about it on air. If you don't believe in that, you can't talk about it on air. You gotta give him you gotta talk about what the fuck your boss or your master or whatever you want to call him, give you or tell you to talk about, right? So maybe she got tired of that. Now she did. She's a different person.
Kari Lake continues down the path that she's going. If she should win the primary going into a general, she'll never be able to win the general, and therefore we will lose the election to a Democrat, to a liberal Democrat. It's as simple as that.
Leading the Arizona Republican gubernatorial race, that nomination, she says she's already won. She's held a news conference saying that she has won, that she's already declaring victory, that she is the nominee. And to be fair, the wind is at her back.
Huh? Because Kari, because she's fighting, right, for fair elections, right? She's fighting for fair elections, right? So she say when the voting got a certain percentage in Arizona, she said, I already won the primary. So I'm finna go ahead and hold my celebrations and do all that. They said she was bold. Well, Mr. Such and Such, right? He should have done the same thing, and maybe he would have still been the president. I'm not about to have him do all those shit. The election's gonna be ran this way, so it's over. And guess what? She won. They was mad because she was bold like that and say, hold on, we're gonna have fair elections, right? We're not gonna have no crooked shit. We're not gonna have what happened in 2020, right? Which was a fair election in 2020, was an absolute fair election, right? The fairest election ever, right? And we're not gonna have. We want to have a fair election like 2020. We want to have exact same election like 2020, huh?
A lot of these last-minute votes, the in-person votes, have broken for Lake. Despite the fact that she is leading just by a hair, she says that she still believes the 2020 election.
I can't say that. She still believes that, right? Remember, over 300 candidates that's running on the Republican side believe in the same so-called big lie that she believes in, right? So all of these people are extremists, right? So when Joe Biden say the extremists and all that stuff, he's talking about all these Republican candidates, all these people that's running for office. Some of the people that the Democrats funded, they damn self say, oh, we're going to fund him or we're going to fund her because their policies are too extreme. And then when the people got into the primaries and won the primaries, and then when people start winning in the elections, right, against their candidate, like, oh shit, maybe we done messed up. Maybe we should have done that. Maybe we should have pushed them. Because people started to like their agenda, and they're not as dumb as we thought they was. Herschel Walker not as dumb as we thought he was, right? Fetterman not as smart as we thought he was, right? Kari Lake ain't as evil or extreme as we say she is, right? They always got something, right? You see, Katie Hobbs scared to debate her. I don't want to debate her. I don't want to debate her because she's going to talk over me, and I'm going to talk my politics, and I don't want to debate her. People know my politics. What would you think about the Hispanics? Do you have any experience with Hispanics? I had experience with my cousins and we know, and my cousin's experience. No, do you have any personal experiences with the Hispanics? Personal experiences. I think what do you talk about when you mean personal? Bitch, do you ever? Huh? Do you hang around Mexicans, bitch? What do you mean? Right? But when Kari Lake, right, when she get on here and she talk about the real about racism, because remember, she know the stats, she know the reports, she know the behind the scenes, she know the lies, right? And they want to silence her.
We outvoted the fraud. We didn't listen to what the fake news had to say. The MAGA movement rose up and voted like their lives depended on it.
Woo! And a corner pop is rising up and donating like this video depend on it. Get looking out at corn pop with the MAGA movement. Rise up. We're not gonna believe in that shit. We're gonna rise up because she say, right? She say, look, I won the primary, right? And then when they say, hey, Kari Lake, if you think you're gonna win the gubernatorial, she's like, I already won it. Don't say, am I gonna win? I already won it. Announce me as governor. I already won it.
If you lose, will you accept that?
I'm going to win the election and I will accept that result.
I ain't accepting that. I already won it. What are you talking about? If I already won, I'm 11 points up, and you motherfuckers say I was going to be 11 points down.
We spoke with 12 of Lake's one-time close friends and colleagues. They asked for anonymity, several of them saying they feared being targeted.
Kari Lake, I'll tell you, she is incredible.
But each of them said her transformation was gradual.
I'm Kari Lake with a look at your...
In 2015, several of her friends we spoke to say she found Trump to be funny and defended his crassness.
The real issue, Dana, is that the people don't trust our elections. They haven't since 2000. I'm a reporter. I've been sitting on your side of the desk for a long time.
Huh? Do you hear that? I'm a reporter. People don't trust. I've been sitting on your desk for a long time. So all the little tricks and trades that you're trying to do, you can't get me with that shit. Because, bitch, I've been in the industry for 30 years. You can't get me with all that other stuff you can get with these politicians with, right? You get these so-called activists with, right? You can't get me the same way. So let me stop this in the butt right now. You can't run me like that, CNN. And they don't try to play her like that, right? She don't try to play her because she knows she's going to get checked.
And since 2000, we have Americans who don't trust our elections.
This is a woman who knows what she's doing and who is running rings around a lot of her interviewers.
And then she refused to acknowledge Biden. One thing that hasn't changed, according to Lake's former colleagues, her stubborn, combative style.
You were her HR manager.
Yes.
How was she to work with when there was tension?
She wouldn't work with you. She would leave. Kari wants what Kari wants.
Lake is smart, she's savvy, and she also knows how to use Zoom filters to come across as soft.
You see that? Like, she also know how to use Zoom filters. They saying she manipulating everything, right? She manipulating people's views of her. She manipulating the TV screen. She manipulating the voters. She manipulating the country, right? She manipulating the media. She manipulating everybody, right?
Moderate, unthreatening.
Barbara Seville, Arizona's most prominent drag queen, befriended Lake about 20 years ago.
I was kind of starstruck when I saw her the first time. I was like, oh my God, there's Kari. And we became friends.
But last month, during Pride Month, Lake tweeted, they kicked God out of schools and welcomed the drag queens. They took down our flag and replaced it with the rainbow.
I'm a friend of yours for 20 years, and I'm disposable now.
Hell yeah, if you replacing God, hell yeah, you're disposable, right? Because our friendship, right, ain't gonna come between God, right? You done, they got people all twerking in front of kids and reading books in front of kids and taking sexuality and putting it into preschools, right? Hell yeah, I'm going to go against you. You can't be my friend no more. If you promote this shit, I didn't know you was like that. Now, business is something else. I hired you to do a job, and you came to a party and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But this is something different, right? You talking about taking God out, and you want me to ride with that. I can't do that. I can no longer promote your agenda. When you were just gay, right, and when you wasn't going after the children, it was cool. But you motherfuckers on a whole different agenda now. So hell no, I can't support that.
The thing is, though, she is a far-right extremist. She is, in fact, a threat to our democracy. And there's nothing semi about her fascism.
Could I ask you?
Now she fascist. She wasn't fascist when she was working for Fox News in Arizona. She wasn't fascist for the last 30 years when she was supposedly donating to Barack Obama and John Kerry. You wasn't calling her fascist, right? But now all of a sudden you see how in less than a year, it haven't even been a year. Think about it. It hasn't been a year yet since she came out and probably a little over a year, but she came out and started running for the governor race and shit like that. But look how they totally flipped on it. She's a fascist. She's racist, right? She's homophobic, right? She's against the media. She want a lot. I mean, look how she's anti-gay now, right? Look how the media totally flipped on it. They have a whole different idea of her. The idea they didn't have of her, just like Donald Trump, they didn't have this idea of this woman for over 30 years in the media. For over 30 years. Now all of a sudden she's one of the most evil, extreme women on the face of the earth. And she's dangerous.
Could I ask you one question here?
Lake declined requests for an interview. When we caught up with her, she said that she had no interest in talking.
How has Kari Lake evolved here? What would you tell those people who were close to you in their life that are wondering who that Kari Lake is now?
What else do we call that if not fascism? And what else do we call Arizona's Kari Lake other than the most dangerous candidate in America?
You were friends with these people, and they say they don't recognize the person who they come.
The most dangerous candidate in America. Now her friends done turned on her, right? Because she's supporting Donald Trump. Now her supposedly friend. You talking about the gay person? That wasn't my friend. You talking about the person that was one of my campaign managers? That wasn't my friend. Them people I work with. Or people have an opinion.
A lot of people in the media. I've worked in the media for 30 years. And I'm sorry if they can't handle somebody being conservative. Thank you very much.
You know, you call them out like, hey, you knew it. That's a stupid question or whatever you say. You know, that you call them out like you're trying to make something out of nothing in your own words. So thank you for standing strong.
What can you as governor do to improve perception of police people?
Right, you hear this? You hear this question, right? Now, as a media expert, right? She know the stats, right? She know how many people getting murdered. She know how the media is covering it up. The violence, the gun violence, the gang violence, right? The so-called war on with the police or the war on blacks, right? The Black Lives Matter. She know all the insides in it because remember, she has an opportunity to see what's going on, right? But she also has to report what they give her. So even if Black Lives Matter or the Capitol or whatever opinion she has about that, she got to keep it to herself. Right? So when this dude come and talk about the police, right, she don't have to recite the stats that they give her on her news channel to give her, right, or to say, right, or to quote, right. She can come with her real stats, right, and she can debate and debunk fake stats, right, what she finna do right now. Oh, as a mayor, what is the governor you gonna do to improve the perception of the police with black people and stuff like that and crime? She check them. The same thing Donald Trump said, like earlier, he said, well, the Democrats always say, or the media say, oh, we got 9 sources they made up. He finna make up a source right now, and she finna bust his bubble.
Ensure that everybody feels like.
Can you repeat the first part of that? I missed that.
Yeah, a lot of people of color feel like they're
a lot of
unfairly
people
targeted.
of color. A lot of people of color. How many people of color have you talked to about that?
I mean, if you look at surveys.
Which surveys? I'm happy to.
You see doing the back smiling like, you lying son of a bitch. Well, what black people have you talked about? Well, you looked at surveys. What surveys are you talking about so I can get them? Well, I don't really have them right now. She put them on blast. What surveys are you talking about then? So you ain't talking to no black people. You can't name the surveys. You didn't come with the surveys, right? But you're gonna say something about police violence and police crime and police relationships with blacks, right? But you ain't got no stats. You can't name the stats. You can't name the people.
I'm happy to look at those stats because I will tell you this, that I talk to people of color. I talk to all Arizonans. They're all concerned about the crime. Just because your skin isn't the same color as yours doesn't mean you want your kids to be walking down the street in an unsafe neighborhood. Every Arizonan wants safety and security in their neighborhood. It doesn't matter what your skin color is.
Huh? Check them on that. Like, you know what? I don't know what to say about that, right? I ain't got nothing to say. Every Arizonan want to feel safe. I just came from Arizona, right? Every Arizonan want to carry their gun. Every Arizonan want to feel safe. They don't want crack in their neighborhood, smokers sitting in their cars and stuff like that. They don't want that stuff in their neighborhood. I went to Arizona, it was clean as hell. The smokers look like they was happy. The crackheads, I like them. The crackheads out here look happy. Everybody mind their own business, right? There's lots of stuff to do out there if you mind your own business, right? There's lots of businesses out there. I mean, Arizona, the weather is mostly good. Right, Arizona is a good place. People want to keep they don't want people moving in and fucking up their Arizona. They want people coming in and flooding their community. They don't want that shit. It was nice out there, right? Good looking out the donation. Who was that? Jimmy Jones. Good looking out the donation. Jimmy Jones. It's nice out there.
We want the Democrats, the Independents, and the Republicans to all know that their vote counted.
And that's what we like.
Thank you. I have to confess, this all happened, me taking on the news kind of by accident. When I first decided to run for office, I said to my team, I'm not going to talk to any of the media. They're so dishonest.
I'm not going as somebody who works for the news say, I'm not going to talk to nobody in the news because they're so dishonest. That's big. I'm not going to talk to nobody in the news. I'm not going to talk to them. Because I know they're going to run fake stories on me. I know they're going to run hit pieces. So I'm not going to talk to them. But it flipped.
I'm just going to refuse all interviews. And if you look at stats, you will look and see that police do not target people of color. That is a lie that's been perpetuated by the left and then spread and disseminated and respread in the media.
Huh? As somebody I used to work for, how you going to tell somebody in the media that's been working in the media for 30 years a stat on black crime, on police crime, on gun violence, on the border, on anything? How you going to tell somebody who work in the media who has to report this shit, right? How you going to report them stats to them and they work with stats? Huh? Some of them may not be the real stats, but she know the fake stats, right? And what she was saying is, I was tired of reporting fake news. I was tired of lying to people, right? I was tired of that shit, right? Because I know it was harming my community. I know it was harming my state. I know it was harming my people. I know it was harming my country. Lying to people at a consistent rate for 30 fucking years, right? So now she's not part of the problem. Guess what? She's part of the solution. And they hate that.
Check the stats. We want fair, honest, and transparent elections, and we're going to deliver that for the people. And then we agreed to one. We gave somebody 5 minutes, and it was a hit piece. And he started asking me, he just came into it with, you could tell the agenda he was pushing. And I started to feel myself get so angry inside. And I was answering him each question. I answered him. I threw it right back at him. 5 minutes ended. We actually gave him 10 minutes. But just remember, guys, this is one page after Hillary Clinton says George W. Bush was selected president, not elected. And
Hillary Clinton say George Bush wasn't the president. Hillary Clinton say Donald Trump wasn't president. Hillary don't want nobody to be president but her. Huh? George Bush was not the president. So she been denying elections since 2000. She been denying elections for the longest. Hillary Clinton, right? She ain't new to this. She true to this.
And we wrapped it up, and I called my team, and I said, that was the biggest mistake. I'm never doing that again. I completely lost my cool. This is going to end it. This is going to end my campaign. So we watched it back. Turns out I didn't lose I actually am pretty good at keeping my cool. So let's start, if you're going to start throwing around terms like election denier, let's remember who the other election deniers were. Hillary Clinton and all the Democrats.
Huh? If you're gonna tell the truth, let's tell the truth, right? I'm from the media, so I can turn the trick and the tables on y'all because I know everything y'all finna say. I know everything y'all finna do. I know y'all finna come with the election denier fact, right? So guess what? I came with the evidence, right? Not like old boy who said, "Let me see the stats, let me see the surveys." No, I got the actual quotes here, huh? I got the actual quotes here. Do you hear that, Jimmy Jones? I got the quotes, Jimmy Jones. Huh? Do you hear that? Who was that? Aloha Jammer. Do you hear that? Aloha Jammer. Huh? Aloha Jammer. I got the documents, Aloha Jammer. I can prove it. Huh? Corn Pop. I can prove it, Corn Pop. I can prove this shit. Can you prove what the fuck you said? Huh? Michigan caveman, can they prove what the fuck they been saying? Joe Barron? I don't think they can. I don't think they can, Corn Pop. I don't think they can, Slaphead. I don't think they can prove it. They can talk it. They can say it, but can they prove it? Hell no.
On the inside, it felt like I was just out of control, but it turns out I had kept my cool and I actually put him in his place.
If you enjoyed this video, hit
and so my team said, "Are you sure you don't want to do any more interviews? We think this is actually pretty good because you're showing people how the fake news works."
Huh? When you flip it on them, right? They scared. It's like showing Medusa or somebody the mirror. Huh? This is how you actually look. They don't want to see that. Oh no, I don't want to see that. Why you showing me that mirror? Why you scared to see yourself? Huh? You know what you're doing. Right? Because I used to do the same thing. You know who gave you them questions to ask. You know why you asking them questions. You know it. You don't believe in none of these questions, but you work for somebody. Right? And the person you work for have an agenda.
Right.
And so we started doing more and more interviews, and I really do believe we have revealed to the people how the fake news works, and here's how it is.
When was the last time you heard from him? I don't want to say. Yeah.
We're looking out on the love, Jimmy Jones. One more time. But they look at this part, Jimmy Jones, right? This is the part when they were like, "Oh, did you speak to certain people?" Right? When this lady say, "This is a technique that Democrats use," right? She finna explain it, and they finna run Donald Trump through it, right? Perfectly. How they do it? They try to set it up. They try to go with the narrative. They ask stupid ass questions, right? They do it perfectly, right? And she knows exactly what they're doing, right? She knows exactly what they done to Donald Trump, and she knows exactly what they're not doing for Joe Biden or to Joe Biden. She know it.
Wanted to meet. Just a quick question about that. So you haven't made any contact, though, just to make sure.
With who?
The North Koreans.
I don't want to say. I won't say that.
Okay.
Huh? You see that? I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that, right? Now here comes the narrative and the spin and all that old shit, right? And when this is why he called the media fake.
We have a good relationship with North Korea, as good as you can have. I mean, we have a good relationship with North Korea. I have a good relationship with Kim Jong-un, and I hope he's okay. And somebody would say, "Oh, that's terrible." No, it's not terrible. I hope he's okay. And I think it was a fake report done by CNN.
They come at you, they throw you a question, but it's not just a simple question like, "Hey, where do you stand on this latest piece of legislation?"
Can I ask you a question?
What do you have? Go ahead. No, that's
She's like, can I ask you a question? See what I'm saying? She know the ins and out. She know how they manipulate and how they put fake policies out there so for people to believe it, like the inflation deal, the Inflation Reduction Act, right? The media is covering up because you look at CNN, right? They still hollering, right? What about the Reduction Act? That's going to save money. What about that? No, it's not. But you look on CNN and MSNBC, they push that shit. You talk to experts, they don't. Right? The media's lying, they pushing that shit. Going there, that's all they talk about. Well, gas is going down, and Joe Biden is doing a good job, and some motherfuckers say the inflation is fake. It's overblown on CNN. Right? All the racist conspiracies that they push over there is fake fucking news, and she's exposing it. Right? That's why they're gonna try to, when she become governor, she's gonna be enemy number one.
Go ahead.
Can I ask? But that wasn't my question.
The problem is you don't write the truth. So, as far as I'm concerned, I want to go to the next
Can I ask you a question about?
No, not CNN, please. Go ahead.
The White House has not responded to these
I
allegations.
told you. CNN is fake news. Don't talk to me. Go ahead, please.
But he says he was retaliated against, and that's why he was removed from his job.
Donald Trump like, this bitch right here. I just told her the next question, you fake news. I'm not talking to you. This bitch right here just want to keep on talking. You're fake news. Stop talking to me. Next question. We know you're going to spin your narrative. You're going to go ahead and say it anyway because you want your little fame. Go ahead and say it and get it off. I'm not going to answer it.
Do you have a response to that?
Okay, next question.
I want to lock somebody down, and it's that liar, Dr. Fauci.
Remember this lie? Right? Right? They cut it off, right? They're like, oh, Donald Trump want to make people drink bleach and all this old shit and all this old stuff, right? When he said, and I was telling people, he didn't say that. He was talking about technology, right? If they can create something like that, right? And this is the part when the fake news was lying. I'm like, he never said that. He was talking about don't heat kill it or something like that, and they cut it off from that. I'm like, oh, he's talking about drinking bleach and this whole shit. But if you hear the whole thing, she's like, oh, I didn't. She's like, oh, I didn't hear nothing about that. Well, he was like, basically, fuck this bitch. I'm not basically talking about her, right? He thought she heard of it, but she got in there like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, right? Well, bitch, we have both heard it. Well, anyway, it's another nigga who said this, and that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's an expert, maybe he's not. But I'm not talking about me, right? I'm talking about technology. Right? And watch what he say on the after the bleach part.
I think it's a great thing to look at. I mean,
I think it's a great thing to look at. I'm not saying, okay, you said you didn't know about it. Okay, well, I still think it's a great thing to look at because we America, bitch. Can't we do some kind of technology? And can we create something and invent something? Watch the words after this.
Okay.
Respectfully, sir, you're the president, and people tuning into these briefings, they want to get information and guidance and want to know what to do. They're not looking for rumors.
I'm the president, and you're fake news. And you know what I'll say to you? I'll say very nicely, I know you well. I know you well.
Huh? You see that? I know y'all feel it. I'll say it very nicely because I know you will. I know y'all going to spin it, right? So I'm going to say it very well, right? This is after this, right? I'm going to say it very well so you motherfuckers understand I'm not telling motherfuckers to drink bleach.
Because I know the guy. I see what he writes. He's a total faker. So are you ready?
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Are you ready? It's just a suggestion.
Huh? It's just a suggestion. I'm not telling motherfuckers to drink bleach. I'm telling motherfuckers to create something. You better like this bitch right here act like she don't know. Right? But I know somebody suppose he's an expert. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's dumb.
From a brilliant lab by a very, very smart, perhaps brilliant man. He's talking about sun, he's talking about heat, and you see the numbers. So that's it. That's all I have. I'm just here to present talent.
Huh? I'm just here to present talent. I'm not saying no shit like this. I'm asking nigga, can he come up with something? Right? He said he can do this, and he's kidding. Will come up with something that can kill it. Then nigga, come up with an invention, talent.
I'm here to present ideas because we want ideas to get rid of this thing. And if heat is good, and if sunlight is good, that's a great thing as far as I'm concerned.
They throw their opinion into it. They push a narrative. They try to make you look terrible, and then they throw the question at you.
They throw the question at the corn pot. Look at corn pot making it rain. Kari Lake, Kari Lake, mark my words. Kari Lake can get it.
Just went over it.
Or this rant supposed to make people
I just went over
in
it.
an unprecedented crisis.
Nobody thought we should do it. And when I did it,
But what did you do with the time that you bought?
you know
The
we
month
did?
of February.
You know what we did?
Was a gap.
What do you
The entire
do?
month of February.
What do you do when you have no case in the whole United States?
You had cases
when
in February.
excuse me.
And so what we did is we started taking a video camera and a microphone, and we started showing what the press is up to.
You reported it. 0 cases, 0 deaths on January 17th.
January, February, the entire
January. I said in
Your video has
January.
a
You see how Kari Lake said they're exposing it? Right? Donald Trump stating a true fact, but she's spinning it, putting a narrative and all that shit on it. She know what the media is doing. They hate somebody from the media. That's like if Don Lemon would have ran for governor or something like that, if Dick Sucker Lamont in some liberal state, he would have won. when he was popular. You know what I'm saying? Because he would have said, I'm tired of running, I'm tired of doing this, and I'm tired. He could have spent that shit when he was popular, right? But the media and all this other shit, what happens when retired politicians and retired congressmen and senators and all that shit, what happens when they retire? They can hit the news channel, get a show, a talk show, right? They become information givers.
Complete gap.
On January 30th.
What did your administration do in February with the time that your travel ban got you?
A lot, right? You don't want to hear what I've done. You want to hear what I didn't do, right? So instead of concentrating on what I did do, you want to tell me what I didn't do. It's easy to tell somebody what they didn't do. You can come up with all kind of shit. Well, you didn't do this on time. You didn't do this on time. You didn't do this on. You can come up with all kind of shit because it's a never-ending question about what you can do. You always can say a what if, or maybe you didn't, right? But what if you concentrate on the things he did do? Like you said, I did a lot. Corn Pop, he did a lot, Corn Pop.
A lot. And in fact, we'll give you a list. What we did, in fact, part of it was up there. We did a lot. Look. You know you're a fake. You know that. Your whole network, the way you cover it, is fake. And most of you, and not all of you, but the people are wise to you. That's why you have a lower approval rating than you've ever had before, times probably 3.
Huh? So Kari Lake, look. What's wrong with Kari Lake getting out of one of the most untrusted institutions in America, the media? What's wrong with that? I think it's an 84% disapproval rate that the media got. What's wrong with her if she don't want to be part of that narrative no more? If she don't want to be that part of the people that can't be trusted no more by 84% of the country, supposedly. Huh? 5 times. It's growing every year. Every year it's growing. People don't trust them just like they don't trust the government, right? So you got to be able to trust one. If you can't trust the government, you're supposed to be able to trust the media. And if you can't trust the media, you're supposed to be able to trust the government, right? Well, she just proven right now you can't trust the media, right? And she's trying to run in the government so you can trust the government.
And when you ask me that question, let me ask you this: Why did Biden apologize? Why did he write a letter of apology? No, that's very important. Why did the Democrats think that I acted too quickly? You know why? Because they really thought that I acted too quickly.
Huh? He acted too quickly, right? What happened if he acted too late?
We have done a great job. Now, I could have kept it open. And I could have done what some countries are doing. They're getting beat up pretty badly.
Right? Think about this. They complain on him doing it too early. What if he would have done it too late? Think of the problems that they would have had, right? He's done it too early. He's racist. But they would have had more of a problem if he would have done it too late. He can't win because what was the perfect time to do it? When the Democrats say do it? When people start dying? When was the perfect time to do it, according to the Democrats? Oh, he done it too early. I would have hated, if he done it too early and it saved lives, I would have hated to see what the Democrats would have done if he done it too late. I would have hated to see that.
Or encourage.
Wait. I got, look. This skit right here, right? This last part of the skit, right? I just wanted to show, right? This is funny shit, right? When I was looking up how Obama handled crowds and stuff like this, because I was looking up what Obama had to say about the Democrats and, some Republicans and stuff like that, right? And I found a skit that I wanted to play, an old skit that I wanted to play, right? So this is Obama in his current, right? In his current, supposedly rally supporting the Democrats running for the primary. Running for the midterms right now. Look how he get heckled.
Their supporters to stand outside voting places armed with guns and dressed in tactical gear. More people can get hurt. And we're going to be violating the basic spirit of this country.
Right? You hear him like people going to get hurt, right? Remember, all the Jim Crow Barack Obama was talking about. Remember what he was talking about, right? Like what Kari Lake saying, it's going to be fair, right? What Georgia say is going to be fair. Remember when Barack Obama, our ex-president, was getting on there talking about the Jim Crows, how it wasn't racist, right? Who helped got Georgia All-Star game moved to Colorado. This man right here, right? This man. But now they want to use him as a voice, right? And they want to use him as a promotion, endorser to promote more lies. Georgia was one of the most successful midterm election early voting in the history of elections. But this man a while ago said it was fake. And this was Kari Lake is trying to prevent people from like this man who supposed to be a voice of truth, who supposed to be a voice of reason, right? When he get up here and lie about certain stuff, it has to be Kari Lake who know the real stuff to put people like this in their place. So people will know the truth. Look at these lies.
Yes.
Somebody called him out on it. You hear the dude call him out on it, right? When he's doing that, he got heckled like you's a fucking lie. And he get heckled. Look at all these black people right here. It probably was a white person, but look at all these black people right here. They finna be mad as shit.
So, sir, wait, come on.
Come on.
But this is what I mean. This is what I mean. I mean, we're having a conversation.
Obama, right? Somebody heckling that because he there spreading lies about hate, about division. People are tired of that shit, even from Barack Obama. People are tired of that shit. So we need somebody, right? We need people, right? We need Republicans. We need truth tellers, right? We need these people inside of the Senate. We need these people inside of the House. We need these people in places of government and all of those shit, right? So we can change the country. It's not going to change if we keep listening to people like this who's supposed to be the truth, who's supposed to be the reasoning, who's supposed to be honest, lying to us in our face about unfair this and unfair that and racism that and democracy that and we losing this and we losing that. He's supposed to be a uniter. He's a divider just like Joe Biden. So somebody came in the crowd and they heckled his ass. Sir. I'm not. You see how the crowd not listening to his ass? Obama. Oh.
Come on. Sir, this is what I'm saying. Look, there is a process that we set up in our democracy.
You hear that? Democracy is a process we set up in our democracy, but y'all don't say nothing when the Black Lives Matter and everybody else go to protest and do that shit.
Right now, I'm talking. You'll have a chance to talk sometime soon.
You hear that right there? I'm talking. I want you to remember that part. I'm talking. You have time to talk some other time. This is the president, right? This is the president, right? Who nobody fucking respect.
You don't have to interrupt each other. You don't have to shout each other down. It's not a good way to do business. You wouldn't do that at a workplace. If you wouldn't just interrupt people in the middle of a conversation. It's not how we do things. And this is part of the point that I want to make. Just basic civility and courtesy works. And that's what we want to try to encourage.
Don't respect Obama at all.
So, listen, that's okay. No. Wait. Quiet down.
They finna get violent with that nigga. You got liberals up in there. Liberals get violent when they don't get their way, right? But Barack Obama up in there spreading that fake news. Somebody couldn't take it.
Look, listen. Hey, hold up. Hold on a minute.
You hear Barack Obama? Hold up a minute. I want you to see this, right? Because I made a skit, and I'm finna show the skit a couple of years ago before I was really a Trump supporter on the same shit. Hold up a minute. Hold on a minute.
Listen, everybody.
Listen, everybody.
Hey, y'all up there, pay attention.
Pay attention. I want you to listen to all them words. And remember, this was just 2 days ago when he said this. Listen, pay attention, right? This is 2 days ago.
Here's what happens. Listen. No. I mean, this is part of. Not only is this an example of.
Hey, what's that? DP. You see how Tony fucked him up, DP? Hey, wait a minute. People say, like, Barack is so elegant. Barack, he speaks so well. Get him off of that teleprompter, huh? Get him off of that when he's thinking for long periods of time when he got to think on his feet. Hey, cut it out. Hey, stop it. Hey, cut it out. Hey, talk to me. Hey, listen.
What I'm talking about, but it's also an example of how we get distracted.
And this ass got distracted. Look at that dude, the big dude in the back in the green. Yeah, that's how you get distracted. He looking like the fucking Kool-Aid man. Yeah, look at her right there. Go on, Obama. Let's go on, Obama. This somebody grandma right here. These two some grandmas right here. You ain't got some oldest motherfuckers right. You got trailer trash. You got all kind of shit at this motherfucker. You went and got the worst of the worst in Detroit. How you gonna go get the worst of the worst in the D, man? Come on, man.
Suddenly, y'all ever see that movie?
Look, he lost. Look, DP, he lost. All of a sudden, you ever see that movie? Throw him off his teleprompter, just like Joe Biden, his ass is lost.
Up, that Disney movie. Right, remember that's dog, and the dog's talking, and that squirrel. And they turn, and that's us. That's us with politics. We get distracted instead of focusing on what's important.
Well, it was all.
Okay, now I'm going to show you 2 skits I've done about Barack and his crowd, and you know what I'm saying? I'm going to show you 2 skits. This is the first skit I've done with him and Donald Trump. Put him and Donald Trump in it. These skits.
Horrible. He looked bad. He looked bad. He looked like he was sweating. Does he have a fever? No. It's 32 degrees out here, and it's freezing and it's raining, and I'm just trying to keep up with the tough people of Michigan. That's all.
When Donald Trump was in Michigan,
Obama think this is an act.
Or treating the presidency as anything more than a reality show.
Well, the reality is MAGA love Trump.
That's a lot of people. Look at it. As far as, you know.
And MAGA let the president know.
I'm hearing the sound. It sounds like it's from 20 miles away.
That can give him the attention that he craves, and he does crave attention.
And MAGA give it to him. We can't get enough of Donald Trump. That's why we need 4 more years of him.
Who is thinking about that right now? Nobody except him.
They don't like to show it. You know what they do show? Barack Hussein Obama yesterday, they made the mistake. The camera slipped.
And we've got to make sure that we're doing everything safely, which is the only reason I'm not hugging and squeezing this guy.
And they showed his crowd. He had about 20 people there, Barack Hussein.
You must have spotted Barack Obama 15 people.
Is there any place than a Trump rally on about a 10-degree evening? 10 degrees.
The only event I think I'd be more happier than the Donald Trump event is my baby mama funeral.
What does that say about you? I mean, think about that. Why are you bragging about that?
I'm not bragging about it. I'm dreaming about it. It's better than what you dream about.
I will say that I miss kissing babies during pandemic. I can't do it, but look at that little bundle right there. Brand new. It's got the new baby smell.
What the baby smell like? Pizza or hot dog water? Next.
Right now, look. Now, this is a skit I done a long time ago. You can tell I ain't got no beard, right? Now, remember when Barack Obama was saying, "Oh no, wait a minute! Oh no, stop!" Right? He done the exact same thing, right? Throughout his whole fucking career. And why do the words sound the exact same, right? It's an old video, right? The editor is old, but you'll get the damn comment, you'll get the damn joke. Watch it say him say the whole damn thing.
Trump became president, nigga, I went on the internet and started looking for some presidential jokes. Obama should be happy he leaving because I know niggas was getting on Obama's nerves. It's some interviews, all the nigga done came out of Obama.
Sir, I'm here to speak to these folks. You can hold your own rally. No, don't worry about it, guys. Okay, let me, hold on, sir. No, shame on you. You shouldn't be doing this.
First of all, Obama trying to tell the motherfucker in the crowd, look, I'm talking to people, leave me the fuck alone. I will translate it for Obama. Obama kept getting frustrated. You know how a nigga get frustrated, he can't talk and he really can't say that.
I understand. Listen, hold on, young lady. Hey, sir, why don't you sit down too?
Then Barack finally said, fuck it.
Who's that back there? What the heck are you talking about? He's not doing nothing. All right, can we have this person removed, please?
Get this nigga up out of here.
Can we escort this person out? You can either stay and be quiet, or we'll have to take you out.
Take him out? Wait a minute, Obama. I think you went a little too far with that one, taking the nigga out. You know the nigga was never to be seen again.
You kind of screwed up my ending, but that's okay.
Hold on, Obama, don't blame me, nigga. You the one put it on the internet talking about you gonna take a nigga out. Nigga, hold on, wait, how you know I was yelling at you, nigga? Wait a minute. Obama?
I'm sorry. What are you yelling about now? Here's what won't work. What won't work is folks just shouting at each other, all right? So
You know what, Obama, you right. We can talk like men, homie.
me too. I disagree with some of your characterization.
Okay, well, nigga, I disagree with some of your shit, too, nigga, like that Obamacare shit, nigga.
It doesn't make much sense to yell at me right now.
Nigga, why? Because you ain't president no more? Nigga, that's some bullshit.
Oh, I'm sorry. What are you yelling about now?
You left a nigga hanging. Nigga, you done fucked off me and my mama health care. Nigga, me, my baby mama, all my GR gonna get cut off. Your Obamacare plan was fucked up.
I don't know anything about that plan. Let's make sure that you get the facts, but don't interrupt my conversation with these folks. All right?
First of all, I didn't interrupt your conversation. You got on my phone talking to me. Oh, ain't nobody listening to you no more, Barack. Go ahead and talk to the people then. Watch this. Go ahead and talk to them. Watch.
Okay. Hey. Listen up. Hey, everybody. Hey. Listen up. Hey, I told you to be focused, and you're not focused right now. Listen to what I'm saying. Hold up.
Don't that sound like the thing he just had? Hey, listen to me. I told you to be focused right now. Listen to what I say. Hey, you over there. Listen to what I say. They don't respect Obama.
Hold up. Everybody sit down and be quiet for a second. Now listen up. I'm serious. Listen up. Wait. Hold up. Hey, hold up.
Barack want to say, fuck it. Look, hold up.
Hold up. Hey, listen.
I know Obama gonna cuss. I know Obama last day in office is gonna be a motherfucker. He gonna let niggas know what's on his mind. He waiting. Trust me. Obama gonna go to jail.
I do that, right? But but in this video, we got to leave it to Arizona. Arizona, you have a job to do, right? You can't take for granted, right? If anybody from Arizona listen, right? You can't take for granted, right, that your state and our country is in danger, right? And you gotta motivate people though. You can't just vote. You gotta get people out to vote. You gotta get your family members. You gotta. I don't give a damn. You gotta pick up some crackheads off the corner and go. No, because they probably go up in there and vote something different, right? But you gotta be able to motivate people to vote, and you gotta let them know what's at risk. You gotta let them know the dangers. You gotta know what might come. You gotta know what you gotta let them know what position we in. You gotta let them know what position we gotta get out of, right? This is really important, right? So Arizona, we need that Congress seat. We need that Senate seat. We need that governor seat. We need all of that, right? Because who else is going to keep our country safe, right? If we don't vote the people in, they're going to keep our country safe, right? You see what's happening with the Democrats now. You see the crime. You see the border, right? You see the freedom. You see the Wuhan coming back. You see the lockdowns coming. You see all this shit coming back, right? You see the Second Amendment. You see the First Amendment. You see the things with the kids. You see the groceries. You see your gas. Something has to change, right? In Arizona, if you don't let it happen, if you don't make it or help it happen, if you let them give this full 6 years, and you don't give it to Blake Masters, we all gonna be fucked. Cause it ain't no taking it back. It ain't no I should have done this. It ain't no we should have done this. I should have tried harder. Hell no. Try your hardest right now for these next 8 days, and you can rest on the 9th, or you can rest on the 10th, or you can rest on the Sabbath. But right now, you have to work your ass off. I don't give a damn. You got to pass out flyers, and you got to do some free promotion, and you got to make phone calls, whatever the fuck you got to do, Arizona, right, to get the right people in position, right, like a Kari Lake, like a Blake Masters. You have to get them in position, right? You can't leave it up to nobody else, right? We got to do the same thing in Georgia. We got to do the same thing in Nevada. We got to do the same thing in Ohio. We got to do the same thing across the map. Right? We got to influence the Hispanic vote. We got to influence the black vote. We got to influence. We got to let them know the importance. We got to let them see the difference. We got to make them understand we don't get this back. We can't get it back. If we lose our country right now in this next midterm, we're going to lose it for a long fucking time. Right? And who can, and how do we know we will be able to recover? We haven't recovered. Look, we was doing better in the Wuhan era than we doing right now. How in the hell is that possible? How is it possible we was doing better with the lockdowns and doing better when it was shortage and everybody was going around and trying to overbuy shit? How is it that we was better off then than we are 2 years after we're supposed to be out of it? That should be impossible, right? I had a joke, right? Was 2000 worse than 2021? Right? Then it was 2021 worse than 2022. It can't be no worse. We can't get no worse because we thought shit was gonna get better in 2001. People like, man, I'd be glad when 2001 get here. 2001 got here. What happened? Shit got worse. Because guess what? We had a new president, right? Who automatically put a war on gas, right? Automatically started doing all kind of stupid shit, taxing and letting the border go and dropping all kind of policies and regulations. We got worse in 2021. The country got worse. That's when we first started going broke. All the demands, all the mandates, all this old high-powered ass dictator shit. The whole fucking first year, do what the fuck I say or else, right? We got worse in 2001. Then 2022 came. We were like, okay, we be glad when 2022 it's gonna get better. It got fucking worse. It was a Putin war, right? Baby formula, tampons, supply chains, right? All this over. It got worse. How in the fuck can it get worse when you have all the tools to make it better? Right? Now it's 2022. People are like, I can't wait till 2023 get here. Well, if you vote Democrat 2023, right? Your 23, your 24, and your 25 gonna be way worse than your 2000, 2021, and your 2022. Huh? You didn't imagine it can get this worse. You didn't never imagine, right, coming out of this shit 2 years later, it will be worse than you was in the shit. No way. That's because the people we putting in these offices, we got to get their ass out. There's no other option. I mean, what other option do you have? You tried it, now try something else. You tried the Democrat, you tried the liberal way, you tried that shit, and what it got you? High gases. Your kids are getting taught all kind of critical race theory shit, right? Transsexuals in sports, right? Men supposedly having babies. Kids able to get sex changes. Look at this shit. Look how it's going. Look how far we came down in just 2 years. You think we can handle another 6 years of this shit? Another 4 years for however long of this shit? And they keep on promising, well, they only gonna make it worse. Well, how worse can they make it? Huh? Because on the hill, you going down, right? You ain't made it better. You keep on saying somebody else gonna make it worse, right? When is you gonna start making it better? It's been a slow decline ever since he been in the White House. A slow decline. It haven't been no boost. The only thing Joe Biden talk about is a slacking job market, and if gas go down 25 cents in a week after it went up 45 cents in a day, right? He'll go ahead and brag about it. Gas been going down a cent a day for the last 25 days. Yeah, before it went up 45%, 45 cents. Right? People done spent their savings. People done spent their 401k. Right? People can't retire now. People have to go back into the working field. People working 2 jobs and still can't pay the rent. But they saying they're going to make it better. Vote for us. We're going to clean it all up. No, you fucked it up. You fucked it up. How you going to have the motherfucker fuck it up, clean it up? You can't trust the person that fucked it up because it shows they don't have the ability, you know what I'm saying, to do the job. They showed that time and time again. How long do they got to show you? How long do we got to fucking lose? Right? For the people who want to stay up, I'm finna get off here. I'm finna drop a skit for y'all, right? So you want to stay up, I'm finna drop a skit. This Saturday night. If you want to stay, if you up late night, I'm finna drop a skit on this channel. If you want to stay up to about 10:30 and watch another skit, right? I'm about to get off this channel, but I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I want to thank y'all for the donations, and I will be back. Like I said, y'all keep it with the donations. I got to keep on doing the show because this is what I do. It allows me the time. It allows me the opportunity and the creativity to get these videos, do the research, and give y'all these videos. You know what I'm saying? So the more I get donations, the more I can stay my ass in the house and do these videos. You know what I'm saying? So I will have 2 more videos up for y'all tomorrow. I got videos loaded and all kind of stuff. I'm going to release a video for y'all today, and I'll release a video for y'all tonight. Right? And I'll be back on live tomorrow. Right? Thank you for your donations in whatever country or city or state you in, right? In 45 minutes from now, it'll be another video up, another skit up on this channel right here. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm out this biatch.